to be able to be here. I know we all want to hear from Barack Obama, and along with Debbie, we're all about listening to Barack Obama for a couple of reasons. Obviously, I mean, I think he really could be president. That we came in the room here and he said, "Don't you know that Berry Gordy must have had some good times?" If these walls could talk. So it tells you he's grounded too. But in addition to being grounded and having a sense of humor, our special guest tonight is also somebody who has, as Debbie and I continue to say, and John Cherry, fighting for everyday citizens, fighting all about opportunity. Barack Obama is sort of the poster child for opportunity in this country. He gives us such hope and such belief that everybody can succeed and everybody can do great. This guy was the first African-American editor-in-chief of the Harvard Law Review. He's viewed, and you know, he's such a humble guy. He hates hearing all of this, I know, but I'm sure he hates it. But there is, what is the name? There's a British journal called The Elder Statesman or something that said he is one of the 10 people that will change the world. And I know he's really a humble guy, and he's probably not even. What religion are you? Are you?
Christian.
You're Christian. Are you Baptist?
Trinity United Church of Christ.
United Church of Christ. All right. All right. All right. Well, that's good because George Bush once described him as, because his star was rising so quickly, that this man is more important than the Pope. So I just want to give to you this tremendous, we are honored to have a special guest in our midst, somebody who I know despite his, you know, we forget the Sox in Chicago. We want to give him a warm welcome despite our love for the Tigers. Please give a Tiger welcome.
Let me tell you the main reason your governor and Debbie are anxious for me to talk, because I've been there. When you're at this stage in the campaign, you're so tired of hearing yourself talk. And anytime you can pass the microphone on to somebody else, you're happy about it. I am so glad to be back in the Motor City, it's cold, but it's cold in Chicago too. From what I hear, we got, my wife called me yesterday. She said it's snowing. She said it's not flurrying, it's snowing, and it was just not right. But the main reason I'm glad to be here is just to share the stage and to work on behalf of two of my favorite people in politics. Two of my favorite people in politics. And Cynthia, I just want to thank you for opening up this gorgeous home. It is true, I came in and I said, Berry Gordy had fun around here. You remember all those girl groups? I'm just telling the truth. Well, I got to speak the truth. But
short supply these days.
I appreciate Cynthia. This is a magnificent setting, and because my White Sox are out of it, I am rooting for the Tigers. I was explaining to somebody that they beat the Yankees, and you know the saying that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I like that spanking they laid on the head. So I'm rooting for him now. But look, we've got serious work to do in less than 4 weeks' time, almost just about 3 weeks' time, and I have been traveling all across the country now for the last couple of weeks, and I will be traveling for the remaining 3 weeks. In fact, in the last week, I've been in New York, Miami, Kansas City, Minneapolis-St. Paul, Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Camden, Newark, Trenton, Providence, and now I'm in Detroit. And tonight I'm going home, and I'm hoping that the locks aren't changed on my house. Because I love my wife and I love my 2 little daughters, 8 and 5, and so it's hard to be gone for stretches of time like that. And I mean this in all seriousness. The hardest thing about politics is you're away from your family. And by the way, Nancy Skinner here, running for Congress. Nancy and I first met on the campaign trail because she was in my race for Senate. She was living over in Illinois at the time. I always loved Nancy. She was one of my sharpest opponents, and I heartily endorse her. So I want to make sure that everybody. We had another congressional candidate here, didn't we? Where's James? Jim. Where'd Jim go? Did he leave? All right. Well, everybody support Jim too. But the hardest thing about politics is you are away from your family all the time, and it's heartbreaking sometimes because some of you in business you travel for a week, and especially when your children are young, your heart. They can make me cry when I just look at them, and then the notion that I'm not there to read to them at night and tuck them in is difficult. But I do it because this election is critical. And look, it's a cliche. Every election, the politicians get up and they say how critical the election is. This one is. Every once in a while, the cliches are true. And if you look at the direction that we've gone over the last 6 years, there always have been competing values in this country. There's a set of values that are not unique to Democrats, but at least since FDR have embodied themselves in our party that say we have a stake in each other. We've got mutual responsibilities towards each other. That all of us want to see every child succeed. Yes. That all of us want to make sure that the vulnerable are cared for. That all of us want to express the values that we hear about in church and synagogue and mosque, not just in church or synagogue and mosque, but also in our government. The values of being our brothers and sisters keepers can express themselves through policy. And at least since George Bush was elected, although it started a little bit before that, what you had is a contrasting idea that basically said, we're not in it together, you're on your own. So if you're a guy who's been working at a plant for 25 years and suddenly the job moves to China or Mexico and you've lost not just your job, but your health care and your pension, and you're now competing against your 17-year-old for a job at the Walmart paying $7 an hour, well, tough luck. And if you're a child who doesn't have the wisdom to choose your own parents, so you end up being in a poor inner city school instead of in a leafy suburb, and the